Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella, and today we're going to take a look at an augmented arpeggio sequence that Django Reinhardt plays on the intro to St. Louis Blues. Let's take a look. All right, so this idea comes out of the whole tone scale. And what the whole tone scale is, if you're not familiar, is it's a symmetrical scale that only consists of whole steps. And because it consists of whole steps exclusively, and there's only 12 notes in music, there's only 6 notes in the scale. So when we look at the scale, the way it functions, we have a root, a second, a third, a flat 5 or a sharp 4, a sharp 5, and a flat 7. And so when we harmonize this scale, because it's symmetrical like this, we end up with just major thirds, which gives us just augmented arpeggios. So the whole scale just harmonizes with augmented triads. And because of the symmetrical nature of the scale, the arpeggios move around in whole steps. And that's what Django's doing here. So Django starts up on the 16th fret of the 4th string on F sharp here, and he goes up to an A sharp, and then a C double sharp technically, but it's a D. And he plays an augmented arpeggio. Now, because Django only had the 2 fingers to work with, this shape works perfect for him. So he goes up, and slides down a whole step, and then just repeats. Now you can do this on any string set. As for the picking, I'm sweeping down over the 3 strings and then sliding. And it's all one motion for the sweep. And that picking pattern applies no matter which string set you play this on. Now the way Django plays this is he descends through it, but we can ascend freely too. We can also switch it up and ascend and descend together and alternate. So I'm going up a whole step, down a major third, up a whole step, down a major third, up a whole step, down a major third. These are really good variations on this that can kind of add some extra stuff to a line that could get tired really quick. Django uses it just for, 3 seconds or so, and it's really cool. It grabs your ear. If you play this idea a little too long, it might get a little boring or predictable. But if we start switching up the directions and all those things, you could add something to it. Here's a little bonus lick that I transcribed off of a George Barnes record. George Barnes is a great guitar player that doesn't seem to get talked about a lot. But this is from a live record he did on a recording of Take the A Train. Now, Take the A Train, the second chord is a D7 chord. It's a dominant 2 chord in that tune, and that's a really popular place to play a whole tone scale. And so every time that chord comes around, he plays some sort of whole tone idea. And he actually plays the same exact concept that Django does. He just doesn't sweep it. He just plays it, just straight down. And the thing I really like about this line is he's playing groups of 3, but he's playing them as eighth notes. So it's in sets of 4, he's playing groups of 3. And again, this is the same exact concept, so you could take this to any string set. And again, the same variations we talked about with the Django thing could apply here. You could go up, you can go up and down. This is a really cool way to kind of get acquainted with the whole tone scale. So I hope you enjoyed this short lesson on kind of an introduction to the whole tone scale and this really cool Django Reinhardt idea. I really like. I think it's a good picking exercise. It's a good way to kind of get used to these augmented shapes. Try them on all the string sets. Now, as far as keys go, there's only two. There's a lot of applications, but there's only two possible places you can play here or here. As you move up a half step, it changes the whole scale, and there's only two. So you end up repeating yourself pretty quickly, which is really convenient about this scale. So you only have to practice it in two spots. Thanks for checking the lesson. I'll see you next time.